good morning, good evening, however y'all want to say it. It is Views from the 22, live on the scene. I am Germ So True. We got Big Shot, we got MJ, we got Vic Jr. Mo Schefter will be here periodically, but what are here to do today is deliver, of course, the best pregame show in the land. Views and dues, baby. Fellas, how y'all feeling this morning?
I'm
Like a
good.
truck here, but I'm here.
That's all that matters.
It's just like this NFL schedule. It's a little topsy turvy, but we here. We making it happen. So let's get to it.
Right. We gotta adapt to the environment, right? You know what I mean? So everybody gotta adapt to the environment, whatever's going on. I like how all of us, we just got all the merchandise from the whole crew. I got the recreations right here. We got Trav with the soccer shirt for Ball U. I mean, he gonna have to put
MJ,
that out. We got
MJ.
Trav.
MJ.
I mean, my bad, MJ. My bad.
So I know we ready.
Yeah, I know.
I'm still waking up too, dog. Damn. Ronnie
no. We ain't giving you no excuses for you waking up. You look woke. MJ looks sleep. You look woke. So let's get it together. With that being said, y'all,
what that name say?
MJ just woke up. You should have put sunglasses and Advil.
Hey, last night was mad.
It's
real.
mad real. Yeah. See, I'm there.
Literally.
Hey man, we in this bag. I'm in the bag early, man. This is just what we do. So what? We got a beautiful show for you guys today. As we said, the lab extraordinaire, he will be here periodically. But look, at the end of the day, man, we're going to jump right into this thing. And man, number one, let's start at the top. The big news that came out the last few days is the Lions have fired Matt Patricia and GM Bob Quinn. And I am so excited. When I did my power rankings, when we did the verses, I said that team needed to make some changes, and look what happens later on. They make the changes. I'm excited. I'm ecstatic because now we get to reorganize this football team and do the things that are right. I think they overdrafted in a lot of situations. I think they haven't moved the correct pieces. We've turned from the Detroit Lions to the Detroit Patriots, and it just never worked out because there was no Bill Belichick and there was no Tom Brady. That's just the easiest way to say it. At the end of the day, I'm looking forward to see what they add, what they decide they want to go forward with, especially when it comes down to the new GM. Who are they going to hire? Who's on their short list? New head coach. Who are you going to bring in and instill a different type of culture? You guys fired Jim Caldwell before you added Patricia, and he actually had a little bit more winning, much better winning culture than Patricia ever had. So with that being said, hey, fellas, any reactions, any things you guys would like to add to that? Let's start with MJ.
Yeah, so with Detroit, what I need for them to do is reconcile with how they did Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson. The first thing starting with this culture is you got to be able to build around the person that you get when you get them. So as of right now, Kenny Golladay looks like the man. So I need you guys to build around Kenny Golladay to the point where you can instill a culture in which he doesn't feel like he has to do everything. Yeah, he's been injured this season, but it always seemed like they're just really heavy on relying on one person, and usually at the skill position. That has to stop, especially in the league that we're in now. In which everything is about balance, everything is about beef, everything is about, controlling the line of scrimmage. You're not going to be able to get it done with just one skill position. There's too many defenses that are too fast, too good out here. That's not going to allow you to just beat them with one person.
Absolutely. Vic, any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with MJ, except that I'm going to add one more name to that, Jim Caldwell, all right? Call that man back. Apologize to that man for what you did to him, all right? And give him his job back. And say, listen, you had above 500 winning percentage with us. You had some good draft picks at the time. We willing to give you this team back and let him build that team right back up. Like MJ said, just they had a good squad before Matt Patricia came in. You know what I mean? They were on an upslope, and then they kind of went down with Matt. So.
And hey, man, the Doug Williams Jr. We got Doug Williams Jr. today. What you got for us, Big Shot?
Hey, what I like about it is that they fired not only the coach but the GM too. My rule in sports is that if you a GM, you get two coaches, maybe three. If you can't get two coaches or three coaches wrong, you got to go too. So they didn't just throw, it was like a bad peanut butter jelly sandwich. They didn't just scrape off the jelly. You throw out the whole sandwich and you start over. So if you a Lions fan, yes, dark days, but a complete rebuild is what that organization needs. So
Hey,
start
that
over.
man's what? What? You heard what he said? I ain't even. That's it. See, they like to stop lives. That's what they like to do. They like to get people off the air early. So next line of business, we got the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm sorry, but the word out of the Eagles contingency camps and everything else this week is that rookie second round pick Jalen Hurts has been getting majority of the snaps this week with the first team. Okay, I'm going to say two things, and I'm going to make it really easy and really simple. At the end of the day, what I do not want to see in this situation is I don't want to see you start this kid, and then I don't want to see you get mad if Carson Wentz gets upset, and then that becomes a trickle-down effect in your locker room. I don't want to hear anything else. I don't want to hear I don't want to hear you get mad or anything else like that. If anything doesn't go the way that you think it's supposed to go in this situation. I cannot and I shall not sit here and have certain conversations with you any further after that. That's it for me. Because Doug Peterson needs to go, but this is further the reason why Doug Peterson needs to go. Why is my franchise quarterback lined out outside at the X receiver position, blocking and all this rest of this extra nonsense? Sorry, excuse me, Facebook. That's bullshit, and you know it. I don't care what has to happen, but at the end of the day, Doug Peterson needs to go. Howie, it's you hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Hey, I'm not playing. So with that being said, Vic, I'm gonna pass it to you first. We scouted Jalen. We talked about Jalen extensively this year about how he was not a quarterback. He was probably going to be a guy who go into a situation and end up being a wildcat type of a player. So, Vic, let's talk about this briefly, and we're going to pass it to MJ and Big Shot afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, when they drafted him in the second round, we said, like, why are we going to do this when there's some pieces missing from this football team? And sure enough, they got some injuries. They could have had some offensive line depth with the way this draft went. They could have some receiver depth. Okay, they could have went two receivers in a row in this draft. Okay, going Jalen Reagor in the first round and possibly a Denzel Mims in the second round. But it's something that, Doug feels like he has a type of offense where he doesn't need those X receivers or something like that are physical, big, and can get the ball. So they could have helped Carson Wentz. Like you said, we literally watch it on film, how Jalen lined up at quarterback. Carson Wentz was an outside receiver. They run the ball to the right, and all of a sudden, Carson Wentz ends up the lead blocker on this play, almost gets his knees taken out. Okay, this is a kid that already has a torn ACL. So, we're going to see how this works. What I'm hearing is that they're going to take away some snaps from Carson Wentz and give those to Jalen. But I don't see how that helps the situation if those plays that you put Jalen in don't even work. So, I mean, we'll see how it is if they even let him throw the ball. It's going to be interesting to see.
Big Shot.
I just think about you all draft show when that pick was made, as Big just alluded to. If Carson, I understand drafting a quarterback every year until you get it right, the Green Bay Packer theory. But what I don't understand is that we have a young quarterback like Carson Wentz. Why you spend that type of draft capital? That's a views term. I learned that on views. Why you spend that type of draft capital on a quarterback when you have a young guy, your franchise already there? To me, you just set up a quarterback controversy. And then, as Vic talked about, you didn't help him out with offensive line. You didn't help him out at the wide receiver position. He looks bad. So now you basically made a quarterback controversy when it didn't have to be one. So I'm not going to say free Carson yet, but we might be headed down that road this early. MJ.
All right, so what I'm seeing just with my two eyes are basically on how teams work is it just seems like ever since they won the title, everybody is trying to hurry up and quickly fix this thing and hurry up and fix these holes with all sorts of suggestions. And what you're doing is you're losing your locker room, and you can tell it's a house divided. You can just tell by the way they play football. Like, you haven't watched the team, or if you ever been a part of the team that didn't get along, or, people was at, and people had different opinions or suggestions of what the coach should do. And, you started seeing people click up, and you could just tell on the football field how that's looking. You can tell that's what's going on right now. And it's because, they won, and, everybody think how they should play or how it should be done. I'm pretty sure Jalen Hurts is getting reps, because probably somebody's like, we need to just play Jalen Hurts, and they're rolling with it. Now, as far as his success goes, the one thing about the NFL is if they don't have tape on you, it can give you some false sense of success, because I could see him having a couple of good games. But then once they get that film on you, that's what I worry about. Once they figure you out, then what you going to do?
Second level.
Yeah, it's levels to this. So then while he's going to figure out, you pretty much just told Carson Wentz, well, we don't know about you anymore. So now the people who love Carson Wentz in the locker room, you lost them now.
Right. And real quick, Jerm, I disagree with the Jordan Love pick for the Packers, because even though you have your 36-year-old quarterback, and yes, we slammed their A-Rod a little bit, they could have put him another piece to help him out on that team as well. So why would you do that to a 25, 26-year-old quarterback who's like his fourth year in the league? And second-round picks you could get a lot of good players in the second round. You know what I mean? So, it might be time.
You can get a good player
to go.
It's not a might be. It's that time. It's that time. It just is what it is. But at the end of the day, the key thing is this: two things, and then we're gonna move on to the next subject, and so then we can get into the games after that. The thing here is this: it's just one thing that needs to be understood here. We can't compare the Julian Love, the Julian Love or Jordan Love to the I was about to call the man Julian. Can't compare Jordan Love to the Jalen Hurts situation simply because of one thing. Carson Wentz was a number 2 overall pick for you in the last 5 years. We're talking about A-Rod being a number 1 pick for you and been your quarterback for the last 10 years. So there's a big difference in you drafting a quarterback to success a guy compared to drafting a wildcat quarterback just in general.
Yeah.
That's a huge difference. You need offensive line help. You need a lot of things on this football team right now. And you still did not do the right thing moving forward. So with that being said, I need Howie going. And Doug, your papers was already signed for me. Them bad boys been signed since about week 2 for me. So with that being said, that's over with. Next thing, we got the Denver Broncos and we got the quarterback. We're gonna call it the debacle. Because I don't understand. We got our Denver Bronco resident fan here, KG, in on this. I'm gonna speak my piece on this real quick. Then I'm gonna let KG take the floor for a second, and we'll get everybody in, and then we're gonna dive into the games. Pretty much, just know today the starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos is gonna be undrafted rookie practice squad wide receiver Kendall Hilton. He will be the quarterback today. I'm not understanding this. And then after that, the backup quarterback will be Royce Freeman, the running back from Oregon, who I must say I did like. But at the end of the day, the thing that's going on today is the team tried to find a way. The Denver Broncos tried to get the offensive one of the offensive quality control guys, which is his name is Rob Calabase. They tried to get him in as the starting quarterback for the day because he would know the offense. The NFL basically said, hey, we don't want to house assistant coaches and make them players as well. We don't want to do that. And I can understand that. That part I understand. Now, as far as that part and that part being understood, here's where the Denver Broncos messed up. We messed up when we had Jeff Driscoll and all 4 of our quarterbacks together, with Driscoll being testing positive for COVID. And then after testing positive for COVID, we had a situation where none of them had masks on. So that's the reason why they can't play Sunday. So now the Denver Broncos tried to get the game pushed back to Tuesday, just like the Ravens. But what they did in this situation, and why the NFL didn't move it back, is because obviously the Denver Broncos didn't follow the proper protocol. So with that being said, Those are just now. Don't shoot the messenger. Those are just what has been told to Germ, and these are factual things. Now, the next thing, I'm gonna let KG come in and speak his piece. KG, you have the floor. Take 2 minutes, brother, and dive into this, man. First of all, good morning, KG.
Oh man, good morning, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing on this good day? It's still a good day now, despite the BS the NFL is throwing out on my boys, but it is what it is. Now, Jerry made a lot of valid, factual points, but my thing is the punishments from team to team is so inconsistent. Like, okay, you go sit around and cancel the Ravens and the Steelers game, and where's that kind of love for us? You know what I'm saying? You could have pushed it back to Wednesday. It's like the game could still be played, but whatever, man. It's another thing that I saw this morning too, where after they did this punishment, they want to finally find the New England Patriots for what they did in October and what the Saints did in October, whatever the case may be. I guess just to save face. That's just my thing. But
listen, I mean, my only thing, KG, when it comes to this is, maybe the Broncos messed up, maybe the quarterback room messed up, but like now we're talking, and it's funny. It might be a little bit funny for us to laugh about, but now we're talking about a situation where people could get hurt.
Yeah, I get all the COVID stuff. I get all the COVID stuff.
No, but I'm with you though, because like somebody could get hurt. One of these kids that is going to try to be quarterback. Because I even saw Jerry Jeudy tweet, "Hey, I might have to get my Lamar Jackson on today." You know what I'm saying? But like it's fun in games until somebody gets hurt, and that's the concern for me.
I looked at that kid frame. He frailer than me out here, man. He frail, man. He frail.
Yeah, I mean, somebody could get hurt from this. You know what I mean? You talking about this? At the end of the day, this is a professional football game.
I see Cam Jordan.
Somebody could get hurt.
Look, if I see Cam Jordan coming towards me, I'm going to the locker room. I'm going all the way out.
Oh yeah, tunnel. Do a quick tunnel run.
So but Big Shot.
I had to cool off though, man. But I'm cool now, man. Y'all.
I got you. I got you, Kate. Look, I remember you asked me last night. I said, "Hey, I'm organizing it. I was gonna get back to you regardless, because you know how this is." But with that being said, Big Shot, MJ. I'm gonna come to you first. Why you sitting on me sunglasses and Advil?
Man, last night was mad
real. That's how we gonna start it.
Mad real, man. So as far as Denver goes, it's a situation in which just the whole thing, how it works out is sometimes you just kind of got to protect certain people from themselves, protect the organization from themselves. I see it from that standpoint. But I also look at it as with the inconsistencies that KG talked about. Will we be doing this if Denver was 9-1 or 8-2? Would they make those accommodations if their record was better?
Right. That's my thing.
Would they make those recommendations if millions of people were tuning in every time they played? If they was in the playoff hunt? And let's just be real, just call a spade a spade. The NFL has never really been known for ethical practices when it came to the bread. Just what it is. We just kind of accept it for what it is at this point. We know what we're getting. We know who's over this. We know where they feel and how they stand. They literally think, their Sundays is more important than like religion. So it is what it is. So the last thing I think they care about is what's fair and what's not, unfortunately, KG.
So Doug Williams, go on, get in there, man.
I think the game should have been postponed or canceled. I know in college, if you have too many COVID tests to a position group, they don't play the game. I know early in the season, there were college games that got postponed when a team didn't have enough defensive linemen, didn't have enough defensive backs. To me, at the most important position in the league, in the game, and you lose all three, to me, the game should be canceled. And if we could talk about, to me, that's just too many at the same spot. You literally are now rolling out the practice string wide receiver, a running back. I'm with KG. I think you can tell me about the rules and the procedures, but I just think logic says this game shouldn't be played if a team literally has no quarterback. To me, it's that simple.
And you mentioned college; they got 100 players on the college roster, bro. You know what I mean? No, but now we're talking about 53. You know what I mean? So again, I'm just concerned. I don't want nobody to get hurt for something that could have been postponed a couple of days, man. Just hope that one of those QBs get a negative test.
Exactly.
I tried to get a flight out there. I couldn't find one. I tried to get a flight out there to Denver. I couldn't find one. So.
That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised to see you, KG. We thought you was gonna start.
As soon as you put that post on Facebook, I was trying to, find my way out there. I couldn't find my way out there though.
So as we wrap up, as we wrap this part up of the show, and we go get into the games, I just want to say this one thing. Here's the thing. The rules, this is not the type of person I am, by the way. I think rules are meant to be made, adjusted, and maneuvered around and things of that nature. Some people are the rules type of people. I think there has to be an exception to every rule.
Especially now.
That's all I'm going to say. I don't have to say anything else because at
NFL,
the end of the day,
be consistent. NFL, be consistent.
Hey, I can't say anything to that. I can't say anything else. Mo is going to have his we're going to talk about this some more, of course, on Monday, of course, on Tuesday, because I got a lot to say about the Ravens. Oh, I got a lot to say about that situation.
Jerm, real quick, Tanya got some good points here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Okay, go ahead.
Can I get to the comments? Go let me.
Bro, go ahead, dog.
I got you. I'm saying, but we got to transition into the comments as we get ready to go to the game slates. Good morning to everybody in the comments. Shouts out to April. April was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for us this morning. Shouts out to Matt, J. Ham, of course. And we also have, as Vic just said, we got Tanya in the comments as well. And she made a comment of saying, basically, if Mahomes get it, the league is shutting down. I mean, we can argue that. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna say this one thing. The NFL is one league that I don't think that the poster child or the most important player is gonna stop the show. This is the one league that I'm gonna say that I don't think it will happen. I think they will be like, well, we still got these other guys. He's only gonna be out for 2 to 4 weeks. I just think that's what type of league we got here with the NFL. And please, players, don't be mad at the NFL. Be mad at your union reps. I've been saying this for about 5 years now.
Yeah.
5 years. I don't know if the players get it. You are in control. You drive the car. So if you don't choose to put no brakes on some of these situations, don't get mad don't be mad because you can't brake for a concrete landing. Because that's where we're at.
I want to say Kareem Jackson tweeted one of the I guess the NFL union or whatever, man, in his frustration or whatever the case may be. But all right, y'all fuck.
My man is vexed though.
Good looking out, KG. Yeah. Good looking out, KG.
So with that being said, Matt, I don't know what that comment means there, bro, but okay. So with that being said, we have the game slate for this week. We're going to start at the Browns versus the Jaguars. We got the Browns going to Jacksonville. The over-under is 48.5. They're giving the Browns 7 points. Vic, let's start with you. Key facets to this game, and you can give a prediction. Go ahead.
I mean, I think pretty much is, basically the Browns just got to, continue to go on their winning path. You can't let this game get to you. Cannot drop your confidence, cannot drop what you're doing best for a team that's really struggling right now, especially with injuries. Browns just keep running the ball, keep showing what Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt can do, and then let Baker mix in a little bit throws here and there and stuff like that to continue his progression. But again, do not let this be one of those games where you just completely fail and show the league why you're still Browning.
All right. MJ, any fantasy updates, any fantasy personnel that you would like to see utilized in this game?
Obviously the running backs for the Cleveland Browns, but I do want to point out something interesting. The points per game for Cleveland has not been the same since Odell tore his ACL. And for everybody who thinks skill positions is just a next man up thing, I'm here to say it's not. because certain guys in their position changes how you cover the field. It changes the whole geography of the field. So those passes that Baker Mayfield were throwing when Odell was on the field are not the same passes. Now the windows are a little bit tighter because even though Jarvis Landry is very good at what he does, deep threat not so much. He could be. That's just how they play it. So I don't think they cover. They've had a lot of tough situations as far as putting points on the board. I can't trust this company as a healthy company to be able to cover if I don't know if you're going to be able to score. So I actually will stay away from this game from a gambling standpoint.
All right, Big Shot. Anything you got on this game?
Real simple. To piggyback off what Vic said, this is a maturity test for the Browns. We've given them their praise throughout the course of the season with how they progressed as a team. This is a maturity test. A game you're supposed to win. You're trying to establish yourself as not even a Super Bowl contender, but as a real playoff team. This is a game you should go out and handle business with very little problem. So this is a maturity test for this Cleveland Browns team today.
Okay, so predictions. I'm gonna be honest with you. The Browns should win this game. They should cover. Give me the Browns 30, Jacksonville 19. I think the Browns running game should prove to be enough. Tight ends in the red zone. Baker, we just got to hit him in the red zone. Vic, and then we can just pass it around and let everybody get a score.
My bad. I'll take the Browns too in this game. I mean, they should, like you said, they should be able to dominate. Definitely above 30 points. You know, again, show the league that you belong in this playoff race.
All right, and Big Shot.
Browns, another 200 plus yards on the ground. They win this comfortably.
MJ, got a prediction you want to make?
One prediction is I think Baker Mayfield find one of the tight ends in the end zone.
Okay. KG, who you got?
Rolling with Cleveland. Now, I'll say Jackson. They're good, but they've been playing hard, if it makes any sense. So this goes back to Big Shot said, man, you know, they're going to have to, man, do what they're supposed to do.
And just for my Cleveland fans today, there will be no Denzel Ward, no Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is on the COVID list. And there is no DJ Chark, no Chris Conley, no Norwell, and no Jones, as well as the corner for the Jacksonville Jaguars today. Next game, Cardinals.
I see y'all on YouTube.
Absolutely.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Cardinals versus the Patriots is the next game for the day. But that being said, we got the Cardinals at a 1.5 points on a 49.5 point spread. They are in Foxborough, which is interesting that we got the Cardinals as a favorite against, the New England Patriots in Foxborough. Vic, let's start with you. Let's dive into the key matchups in this game.
Yeah, I mean, this is a game here where you got a team that's always going to be well disciplined in the Patriots versus a team that is not very disciplined right now. They got 79 penalties on the season. I think that leads the league, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, the Cardinals, again, just one of those teams that are they going to show us? Are they a real contender for a playoff spot, even a Super Bowl spot? They have to go and beat a team that, even though, again, well-coached, well-disciplined team, it's not a very talented team in the Patriots. So the Cardinals should be able to win this game. And I had an issue picking here, but honestly, I'm gonna go with the Patriots. I think that Bill has some stuff up his sleeve with the defense and how to stop the Cardinals. So it's an interesting game for sure for me, but I'm taking the Patriots.
All right, we got Isaiah Winout and Rex Burkhead for the Patriots, and there's no seriously notable injuries here for the Cardinals today. Let me just start by saying this before I pass it to the guys. Bill has a system here that he's deployed with this majority secondary defense that they should be able to contain Kyler Murray in this pocket. They should be able to make it pretty hard for him, and with that gives more speed and closes up some of those windows that some of the linebackers can't cover normally. So I do look for this to be a dogfight more than anything else. That 1.5 is not indicative of what I think the score could be. Before I make my prediction, I'm going to ask Big Shot and MJ to both chime in. MJ, any fantasy players that you're looking forward to in this game?
if Arizona is going to do what they're supposed to, Chase Edmonds will have to be heavily involved. Because if I know Bill Belichick, he's definitely going to double team D-Hop as much as possible and is going to try to keep Kyler in the pocket. So Kyler needs to, check down, dink and dunk, and I think Chase Edmonds can win the linebacker matchup.
Don't forget, MJ, that Bill has at his disposal Stephon Gilmore.
He does.
So that makes this interesting. What is he going to do with that matchup? Is he going to put Gilmore on Hopkins?
I still put him on Hopkins, but I still say over the top because it's only so much a corner can cover.
Absolutely.
And, with a guy like D-Hop, Stephen Gilmore could be in the perfect position and D-Hop could just make a play. I don't think Bill Belichick will leave that up to chance because we saw what he did on 3 people for a victory in the last second touchdown. Guys like that, yeah, I trust my corner. Yeah, I got a defensive player of the year, but I'm going to make his life easier by making sure I have another guy shading just in case.
Right. No, I mean you got a good point there because it could be a lot of bracket coverage, meaning they'll cover him underneath or any safety over the top deep routes because Kyler can be inaccurate when it's short and intermediate passes. He can be inaccurate, but on the deep ball, he's got some good touch. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see. I mean, Bill always has something up his sleeve anyway, regardless of the talent on his roster. So,
but I got Cardinals winning.
Big shot.
This is a 1 p.m. Eastern start, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is East Coast, so it's a little bit cold out there?
Right now, it's a good day. It's a good day up here. I'm about an hour away from Foxborough, but it's a little bit colder than they used to in Arizona. I could tell you that.
So we talked about football maturity with Cleveland, football maturity with Arizona. This is specifically with Cliff Kingsbury. We talked about all the stuff that they can do. What do you call today in this to kind of get yourself going? MJ talked about Chase Edmonds. I'm taking the Cardinals to win, but I want to see how they win. Is it all over the place and Kyler has to bail us out at the last minute? Or do we show real football maturity throughout the course of the 4 quarters?
Yes.
Cardinals to win, but I want to see how they win. That's going to tell me a lot about this Cardinal team and is it real or is it not?
Right.
Give me the New England Patriots today. I'm going to pick the New England Patriots for one reason. I just feel like Bill has the pieces at his disposal to make this interesting. And I don't know if the Cardinals are mature enough to go and win a game in Foxborough at 1 p.m. on Sunday. That's the only thing I have for you. I think the Cardinals have one of the better rosters in football right now. I think they're a front runner in their division. I just think right now at this point, I think the Cardinals are a team that they're on the rise. So that means this is one of those trip up games that I think that could happen during this time of the year. With that being said, next game on the docket, we got the Los Angeles Chargers and we got the Buffalo Bills. The Chargers are traveling to Buffalo to circle those wagons. All right. Injury report. We have the tackle Ford out. We got John Brown, Smoke Brown, as they call him. He is out as well. For the Chargers, we have DB Casey Hayward out, Melvin Ingram, and Nwosu also, the outside edge rusher. And the cornerback Chris Harris is also scheduled to be playing today as well. The over-under is 52.5, and they're giving Buffalo 4.5 points. Vic, lead us into prayer.
Yeah, I mean, you got the 3-7 Chargers headed over to the 7-3 Bills. This is another one of those games, Ronnie, where, again, maturity. Can the Bills show that they are contenders as well? The Chargers, you got Justin Herbert, who has been outstanding. Could go for his 7th game in a row of 300 yards passing, and I think he could get there. So I think this is a tough matchup for the Bills. I like the outside receivers, some of the weapons that the Chargers have, and I think they could give this Bills secondary some issues. So this is another game that I feel is tough for me to pick. But honestly, this time I think I'm gonna go with the away team. I think the Chargers are gonna go in Buffalo and win this game. I think Herbert is gonna, obviously with Joe Burrow getting hurt, is gonna take that Rookie of the Year, and he's gonna show why today against a really good Bills defense.
MJ, any fantasy players that you would like to tell the people about?
Similar to the previous game, Zach Moss will have to be heavily involved. Chargers still have a great secondary, but their linebacker, not so much. Also, look at Buffalo's tight end as well. I think Josh Allen is going to be able to buy time and, have a lot of great stats. So definitely with Buffalo. I'm going to go with Buffalo, and I'm going to take the points really because of the travel. I'm not going to include the Tyrod Taylor karma. I'm not going to even include that in that because I think even without that, I still think that they'll be able to handle business. I think Buffalo's for real. They play physical football. They punch you in your mouth. They hit you. It's just what it's going to come down to is when they actually get to the playoffs against these elite teams, can Josh Allen take the next step? But he has time.
Big shot.
Again, I sound like a broken record. Football maturity. A bad team traveling across the country to your place. I don't care how hot Josh Herbert's been. If you are Buffalo, this is a game that you must win convincingly. Buffalo is another team. It's like Arizona. They're real exciting a lot of Sundays. Do a lot. It's real exciting when they win. If I'm Buffalo, today should be not exciting. This should be a non-exciting, a smooth 14-point win. Let's get out of here. Football maturity, again, this needs to be on display in Buffalo.
Give me the Bills today only because I don't think there's very much that really can deter them from being able to win this game. I think ultimately, Buffalo should be able to score 25 to 35 points. I think that should be easy. But I think they have the front seven, and I think they have the secondary to match up with some of the Chargers' key weapons. And I think that's going to be the key here. Besides that, I do agree with MJ as far as the travel. But with that being said, that's about it. So give me Buffalo 35-21. I think it should be fairly simple, fairly easy. That's not saying that Herbert doesn't play well. It's just saying that we still got some things to figure out for the Chargers.
They got Eckler coming back too. Austin Eckler coming back, so that should be. I think it's going to be a good game. It'll be close.
It should be, but Eckler. The only reason why Eckler is not a huge bring back, in my opinion, is because the linebackers are all healthy for Buffalo, and we talked about how Milano and Edmonds being there makes a big difference for that Bills defense. Next game, we got the Dolphins traveling to the Spirit Airlines. Vegas has this booked as a 44.5 point game with Miami having the 7 points. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. We're gonna get this in and out. We're gonna get in and out on this one. Ryan Tannehill, hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Betha's back. I know you like that. That's what we got here today. So at the end of the day, we got the running back Ahmad out. We got Kindley, the guard, out for the Dolphins. Tua is listed as questionable with a left thumb injury, which is why it's looking like I said 10. Did I say Tannehill?
You did.
Fitzpatrick. Ryan Fitzpatrick. See, I caught myself. See, I must be doing something right. Fitzpatrick. Thanks, Tanya. I appreciate you in the comments. Let me see. Out for the Jets. Does it really matter who's out for the Jets, y'all? Not really. But at the end of the day, let me just say this. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna pick my team. We're gonna go around the horn. The Jets are just bad. I picked them last week to get their first win. They had opportunities. Joe Flacco threw an interception at the 2-yard line and had somebody walk in the end zone for a pick six. They lost by 8 points. I'm just disgusted. I don't understand why it happens. It's no analysis needed. I don't care if Tua play. I don't care if they got a backup plan. Yeah. Give me the Dolphins to beat the Jets and get the 7 points. I don't care if it's a division game. The Jets are just that bad. Vic, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, bro, this is Jets 0-10. This is an 0-10 team right now. I mean, the Dolphins, should be able to dominate this game defensively. So, I mean, I'd be surprised if they give up more than 10 points. So, again, Dolphins, they're going to start, or you said Tua's questionable. We'll see how who starts there. but they should be able to score.
It's saying that Fitzpatrick should be starting today. That's what I've read today.
Yeah, I mean, with Fitz, man, I think you get more points. Last week, the Jets faced Justin Herbert. He got 366 yards on them. I think Fitzpatrick gets another 300 with Tua. Not so much, but I mean, anyway, the Dolphins' defense is too good anyway. So I got the Dolphins in this game.
All right, next game on the docket. We got the New York Football Giants traveling to Cincinnati to face the Joe Burrow-less Cincinnati Bengals. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. We're just gonna call it what this is. We got the New York Giants. They should win this game pretty easily, in my opinion. The only person that's doubtful in this game for Cincinnati, outside of obviously the quarterback here, is we got Michael Thomas, the other receiver. We're not talking about the one from New Orleans, by the way, y'all. Just so y'all know. Over under is 44. The Giants are a 6-point favorite. I'm actually going to start with Big Shot on this one. Anything you'd like to add? Anything?
This would have been obviously the Joe Burrow injury takes all the fun out of this one because Daniel Jones versus Joe Burrow as a young quarterback matchup would have been interesting, but now that's out. So give me the Giants. Just give me the Giants on this one. I'll take the Giants. I don't know what was the over under.
44.
Give me the over. Give me the Giants and the over on this.
MJ.
I think the Cincinnati Bengals should just go ahead and shut it down and start scouting the best offensive tackle in the draft. I mean, for real, because if y'all haven't learned anything now, you put your quarterback, your franchise, who is the real deal, you put him out there to be fed by lions. And that is disgraceful. There was no excuse for that. It's no excuse to have this boy throwing 60 times with the offensive line that subpar. You just can't do it. And I'm disappointed at how they handled it. So from this point on, I think they should go 3-13, get an Alabama left tackle, and start this over. Seriously.
He just threw any offensive lineman out there. Nah, there's a couple. This one is supposed to be a real good draft for Beef, and like you said, man, like that's the number one goal for the Bengals. I mean, and I'm talking about pick 1, 2, and 3. Okay, because last season, I mean, this last draft, they had a chance to get a couple, really nice left tackle out of Houston. Was escaping my name, Jerm, if you remember his
Josh
name.
Jones.
Josh Jones could have been playing for Houston right now as well, and probably help some depth out there. But anyway, I mean, the Giants 2-game winning streak, they should be able to get third win in a row today, and show that they're gonna compete in the NFC least for that number 1 spot. So I got the Giants.
Now we got a special guest today.
Yes.
The special guest today, I mean, he coming, I don't know from where, come from somewhere between Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Florida and the Virgin Islands. We got this guy. His name is Mo Schefter. Brother,
Hey.
I mean, stepping in.
Listen, I was driving the Caravan down to Maryland. For those who get to understand that reference, because I've seen it all in this lifetime. But I want to watch football today. That's all I want to do. I'm assuming we're talking about the Giants and Bengals because I heard slaw quarterbacking and slaw offensive linemen. So I'm assuming
we covered the slaw games for you, so you coming in at the perfect time.
Yes.
Slaw stuff for you.
I appreciate y'all. I'm taking the Giants simply because of no Joe Burrow. Good.
I mean, look, Giants. It's really simple here for me too. The Giants are the team to beat in this game. Giants. This is the You Better. This is the You Better Classic. You better take care of business because you better not lose to a team that don't have their best player. This kind of that simple.
Hey, you know how they say if you got 2 quarterbacks, you got no quarterbacks?
Mm-hmm.
Views from the 22, 94 feet of life, the scene. We are an exception to that rule, baby. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Next game on the docket, we got the Carolina Panthers traveling to Minnesota to face off with the Vikings. The over-under is 50. We get the Vikings with 3 points today. Key injuries. We got Dan Bailey, the guard for the Carolina Panthers, out. Deontay Jackson, the cornerback, is out. And for the Minnesota Vikings, we got Irv Smith, he's doubtful. Ezra Cleveland is out. And then we also have Bradford, the outside linebacker, that is out with a non-injury related purpose. Let's start with Mo here. Vikings, Carolina. Who you got? What's going on? Key matchups.
Oh my goodness. Who's starting for the Panthers at quarterback?
Let's make sure. Is Bridgewater starting today?
He should be, but no, I don't. Is it?
Yeah, I think Bridgewater is because they're hyping it up as a return to Minnesota.
Teddy was starting.
Right.
Yeah. They're hyping it up as a return to Minnesota. So
okay.
It's one of those situations. It looks like they're fairly healthy.
Yeah.
For this game too.
With the exception of CMC, who's not playing today, right? Which is fine. Key matchups in this one, I think for the Carolina Panthers, as we talked about in the power rankings, this is a young nucleus football team with some exciting talent. I think there's no doubt about it that the future of this defense is Shaq Thompson and Jeremy Chin. I know Dante Jackson is not playing today, but he is another one of those corners that Carolina just finds, and they find a way to make them productive. Josh Norman, James Bradbury, and now this kid. And I think this kid might turn out to be the best out of all of them. Hopefully, they find a way to keep this corner this time around because they seem to not value paying corners in that team, which obviously, as we've seen, is a bad idea because one year they'll be top 10 in pass defense, and all of a sudden next year they're bottom of the league magically. How does that happen? Well, guess what, Chief? You need folks that can cover. Again, luckily for the scene, we got plenty of people that could cover like Dion in his uniform. I'm rolling with the Panthers simply because I think they got a little more beef. I think they're a better football team. I think they're a little more organized as a football team. And I think a change is going to come in Minnesota this offseason, and losing this game is only going to expedite that process. Give me Carolina 23-14.
Vic, talk to the people.
Listen, I was hyping up the Vikings a couple weeks ago in terms of my sneaky team to get in the playoffs, and then they go ahead and lose to the Cowboys. In a way where the Cowboys show like they can, physically they beat the Minnesota Vikings. So unfortunately, this is another team in the Panthers that's very physical, especially defensively. You got a situation now where Adam Thielen is on the COVID list. We don't know if it's because he has it, because he was close to somebody that had it. Now you got the rookie Justin Jefferson, who by all means is an outstanding football player, but now the focus will be on him. He will be double teamed, that's for sure. So we'll see how he match up, how he's able to produce with that. But this is another tough matchup, and I think the Panthers are able to go to Minnesota and they're going to pull this one off. I'll take the Panthers. Unfortunately, I think this will be, like Mo said, be the kind of the end for that Minnesota coaching staff.
Big shot. What you got on this one?
I got Carolina too. I think that Thielen being out is huge. White Chris Carter not being there, that's super tough. And Carolina has stuff that if I was a Panthers man, I would be excited about what 2021 could look like. Young defense, they do some pretty nice things. So give me Carolina. I'm not gonna say comfortably because nothing is comfortable in Carolina, but I would say give me Carolina by a field goal on this one.
Just real quick before you go to MJ, Big Shot, something they should do to continue to build that strong nucleus, to continue to build a strong foundation football team. Move on from Christian McCaffrey. I know you paid him that money. I know he was your 8th overall pick or 7th overall pick. And me and Vic made a video, much to Germ's opposition, saying that McCaffrey was worth that pick. But he was worth that pick under one premise, that Cam Newton is a quarterback. He's no longer there. His value is no longer there. Move on and find value elsewhere. I'm sorry. Go ahead, MJ.
No, it was real quick. It was the same thing as the Zeke and the Cowboys. At the time, they had the quarterback, they had the offensive line, they had a defense that they thought was good enough, and the same thing with CMC. They had quarterback, they had the offensive line, and a better defense than the Cowboys did. So, again, it's one of those things where that top 10 running back, it's hard to justify at least 4 or 5 years into the draft pick.
Can we just go ahead and just give the credit that Coach Rule deserves? He won with an XFL quarterback. The best football player on this team only played 2 games. Like, I mean, we give a lot of credit to the Miami coach over there, and it's well deserved, but we are not getting enough credit to this coach. This man knows how to motivate. He knows how to coach football.
And remember, that was one of the guys I had in my spotlight, and he has shined.
Yeah, young coach coming from college with a young football team, so it kind of helps out.
Yeah,
sure.
So what I'll add to this is Mo tried to give me SH in our versus battle on Friday about the Vikings being low, and then he comes out and he picks Carolina on Sunday. I just want y'all to know this don't make any sense to me, but I'm picking Carolina too because I don't trust Minnesota for those exact reasons. You see how I don't know. It just the stars didn't align in the right way this time. I don't know what happened. But with that being said, give me Carolina. I think the field goal is perfect because I think Minnesota finds a way to lose this game, to be honest with you. No Thielen, so that takes away some of Kirk Cousins' actual comfort in the red zone, which Thielen has been his big target in the red zone. So no Irv Smith and no Thielen. Give me the Carolina Panthers.
It's almost like Rodgers and Devontae Adams when it comes to those two. So
yeah. Next game on the docket, we got the Raiders traveling to the Atlanta Falcons. We got the over-under at 53.5. Raiders are given the 3 points here for the spread. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to start right here. Who knew that the Raiders would be playing a meaningful game at this point of the year?
I did.
They did.
I don't believe neither one of y'all.
They did.
With that being said, I'm just playing. With that being said, let me start with Vic at this one. Vic, key matchups. What are you thinking? How are we feeling? Any key injuries that you're worried about? Let's go from there.
I'm not sure about the injury list, Gerardo. As far as I know,
Gurley is out for sure, and Cleveland Farrell should be back this week.
Yeah,
and it looks like Julio Jones is saying for that a hamstring for Julio, but he's questionable. But it looks like he's a go. I don't see him out on the injury report right now.
Yeah, as far as I know, the Raiders are healthy even after that battle with the Chiefs last week. This is one of those situations where, you know, if you left out all your heart, all your blood and tears in that game, and then next week, you know, you in the middle of the season, kind of go on a little 2-game losing streak because of it. But I think that ultimately the Raiders are such a good, talented football team. They should be able to beat this Atlanta team because, I mean, it's just so up and down with them. I think it'll be a high-scoring game, but I think the Raiders, you know, again, Josh Jacobs and Devontae Booker just keep pushing those guys, 30, 32 carries for this game, please. And I think they should be able to pull this win out.
Big Shot, you got anything you want to add to this?
Number one, I'm picking the Raiders. I think, as we talked about, the Raiders, meaningful football, playoff spot is right there for you. This is a game. You talk about football maturity against a team you're supposed to beat. You handle business. And number two, simply because Atlanta, you didn't handle business against Mormon Tebow last week. So we can never pick you ever again. So give me the Raiders comfortably. Whatever the spread is, they cover it. Whatever the over is, they cover it. Big day, Josh Jacobs. Give me the Raiders.
Hey, that Mormon Tebow, man, that gets me every time. I swear.
Made that man look like he was good at football last week. Man, go.
Bro. Go ahead, MJ.
Do I got to talk about this game?
No.
I mean, seriously, what do you want me to say?
I mean, here's what I'll say, right? I think for the Raiders, they top 10 in points per game, top 10 in yards per game. What they got to improve on is that red zone. And this is a great opportunity for them to improve because they're playing the 31st ranked defense in red zone defense.
No Julio today as well, fellas.
In the Atlanta Falcons. So
you know what?
Opportunity for the Raiders.
You know what? I'm gonna take this moment to be able to show the expertise of my lab guys and take a bad situation and turn it good because I don't want to talk about this game. But since you brought up something, Mo, what are some type of packages you think they should incorporate in their red zone, if you even want to use other teams as an example with the personnel that they have? And Vic, please jump in on this as well.
You talking about the Raiders?
Yes, the Raiders.
Well, I think for one, I think the first thing they need to do is start utilizing Darren Waller in different situations. And you don't want to make it be known. You don't want to be predictable in the red zone. You don't want to be predictable ever, but you definitely don't want to be predictable in the red zone. And Darren Waller is by far their most targeted player in the red zone. I don't have the numbers in front of me. I just know when you watch the film, it's like, oh, of course they're gonna go to Darren Waller, and that's fine. He should be your number one target in the red zone. But you don't want to become predictable, because when you become predictable in this league, eventually we know what happens. The result no longer favors you. So I think there's certain things. If I'm the Raiders, to stay within the structure of my offense, when I get inside that red zone, I want to be second and goal from inside the 5 or less, because then I can incorporate everything in my playbook, literally. Everything in their playbook is 12 yards and under. So if they get to there, they can employ everything. But if they get in a situation where it's third and goal and they're from the 7 to 12-yard range, just my personal opinion, one, you put Josh Jacobs in the Alvin Kamara role, or two, you just spread it out, run similar routes on each side,
maybe some pick plays,
and let Derek Carr go let Derek Carr find the matchup. But I think, go ahead, Vic. I don't know if there's anything you want to add to that.
No, I mean, you pretty much broke it down well there. I know, like you said, within the 5, it's from what I've seen, I know they use a lot of their 12 personnel, meaning Darren Waller and Jason Witten, who is now mostly a blocker in his career. It's kind of surprising that they don't get in as often as they probably should. So, do they need to add more 13 personnel with a third tight end, or do they need to spread it out more? That's the question. Like Mo said, it depends, because the red zone is within the 20-yard line. So that is a lot of yards to still cover in terms of what your percentages are and things like that. But I think they need to go big. Go 13 personnel, have Brian Edwards, the rookie wide receiver, who is very good at high pointing the ball, not only in goal line post, but cutting across the field, the end zone as well. Is something that I would use personally and stuff like that. So, but Jerm?
All I'm gonna say is the Raiders should win this game handily. Like I said, this is one of them games, man. Again, this is the week of maturity, whatever you want to say it, however you want to say it. Yeah. It just, if you're a good football team, you got to go handle and take care of business this week, because that's what this week is about, taking care of business. Give me the Raiders today to win. I don't think there should be much of a contest, because Matt Ryan isn't good in the red zone at all, and we see it every week, and I don't have to say it again. So with that being said, we're going to go to now. We got the 5 games left on the docket. Now we get into some great football matchups here. We're going to start with the Tennessee Titans traveling to the Indianapolis Colts. Vegas has us at 51.5, with a 3-point favorite being the Indianapolis Colts. We have no DeForest Buckner today, no Adam Humphries, no Adoree Jackson, no Pruitt for the Tennessee Titans. We have no Adoree Jackson, no Adam Humphrey, and no Pruitt. Those are the guys out for the Titans. For Indianapolis, we have no Buckner, no Kirill. I don't know how to pronounce this man's name, but the middle linebacker for the Colts, number Career Key, whatever. Mo, if you would like, sir.
Wait. I gotta see his name. I don't know who you talking about.
Okereke. Go ahead.
Okereke. Special right there, man.
Yeah. See, I ain't playing
Bobby
no more.
Okereke.
So I said it right. Okereke.
Yeah. Okereke.
Almost. I pronounced it like I was Forrest.
It could be.
I was Forrest Gump.
It could be Okereke.
Well, look, call me Forrest Gump. Well, all I'm gonna say, I love Jenny. But with that being said, let's start at the top, Mo. We got, this is a heavyweight bout.
Yes.
This is the game that's going to determine who is a division winner.
Yes.
I'm gonna let you take it from there.
Listen, this game is so hard to pick, but I'm gonna just keep it simple, Germ, because I'm gonna leave it to Labbin for a little later because I know I'm looking at the time, so I'm gonna just keep this as simple as possible. I do not need to see Phillip Rivers making deep runs into January. I think this Colts team is fantastic with their ability to control the line of scrimmage week in and week out. One of the biggest reasons they're able to do that on the defensive side of the football is DeForest Buckner. Without him in there, I think Derrick Henry can do some damage and just wear him down. Tennessee is one of those teams. We know who they are. We know what they are. It's a matter of two things with them. Actually, it's a matter of one thing, to be honest with you. Can they keep themselves from losing? They don't got to win games. Just keep from losing games because their identity of this football team, they're going to win about 80% of their games if they do things right. Give me Tennessee. I want them to win this division. So give me Tennessee to win this game. Give me Derrick Henry for like 27 carries, 135 yards. Most of them coming in the bottom end of the third and fourth quarter. So give me the Colts. I mean the Titans. My bad. Woo! Give me the Titans.
Vic.
Yeah, I mean, same with a little bit of the same thing that Mo said. I mean, you have a really tough Colts defense against the run, especially they're third in the league, giving up just 89 yards. But Derrick Henry has been the only running back in the last two seasons by himself to get 100 yards, over this Colts defense. So without DeForest Buckner on here, bro, I mean, that guy is a monster when it comes to stopping the run. So that's going to make a difference. So I do see Derrick Henry most at 135. I'm thinking 150 and 2 touchdowns. And the Titans should be able to win this game. Corey Davis as well has been playing better, has been getting targets that he deserves. So between him and A.J. Brown, I think they should be able to create some mismatches as well. So I got the Titans in this game for sure, winning this game and taking that division.
Big shot.
Yeah, this game is strictly for people who eat steak and potatoes. There's not a lot of salad in this game. Not a lot of salad. Strictly steak and potato eaters for this one. Tennessee, the Buckner, the Forest not playing definitely hurts them a lot. And Tennessee, I think, takes control of the division today. Give me Tennessee.
MJ, any other fantasy players you would like to talk about in this matchup?
I like the wide receiver Pittman over in the Colts. I think he's building a good relationship with Phillip Rivers. I know Phillip Rivers can't throw the deep ball, but Pittman has been getting open a lot. And I think, we should put that on record because, a couple of years from now, we're going to look at this guy and he may be something.
No Jonathan Taylor to either today, ladies and gentlemen. So Naheem Hines is somebody that we need to focus on too, as well in fantasy. He is one of Phillip Rivers' favorite targets as well, out of the backfield and just in general. So you're going to see him. I'm looking forward to this. Give me the Titans today as well. If the Colts win this game, shame on you, Titans. Shame on you. This is your opportunity to get a freebie.
Football maturity.
This is what it's all about.
Maturity week, I guess.
Yes, that's what it is. You got Spirit Week. This is Maturity Week, presented by Views 2022 and the Sea. Now, next game on the docket, we got the 49ers versus the Rams. Vegas has us at 44.5, with the Rams being 6.5 point favorites. Let's see the injury report. We still got K'Wan Williams out. We still got Tevin Coleman out. Compton, the tackle, is out for the 49ers. For the Rams, only Lewis, the linebacker, is doubtful. Looks like everybody else is a go as of right now for them. Look, let's just call this what it is today. The Rams are a team that should be able to beat this 49er team that's banged up. It just kind of is what it is. I'm going to go first just to make it easy to transition. Give me the Rams today. That team has been taking care of business. They're coming off a big win against Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week. Give me the Rams by 7. Vic, I'm going to go to you next.
Yeah, I mean, the 49ers were able to beat the Rams in week 6, but I think that's two different teams now. The Rams have been on a roll. So, I mean, they should be able to I'm not going to say dominate. It's a division game, but they should be able to win this game. I'm going with the Rams as well.
Big shot.
Give me Armani Exchange FC by 2 touchdowns.
Mo.
Hey, give me big shot Super Bowl pick, baby. Give me the Rams.
MJ, any players you want to talk about?
Malcolm Brown. I actually think you should invest in playing the Rams defense if you got him. Also, I think you should play their kicker. There's something about those NFC West games in which the kicker is heavily involved. I like this Rams team. Like, they grew on me. All of the narratives that I had at the beginning, shame on me for even using that word, but all of those narratives I had in the beginning, I didn't think they were this physical. I didn't think they were this good defensively, and I didn't think they could run the ball the way they're running the ball right now. So with all of those things, I just think that they're a really good football team. Like, the more I keep looking at them, the more I'm just like, man, they like just – and they win it, and they got multiple ways they beat you, you know? And even, you know, I always tell people this too, you can learn a lot by a way a team loses. Like, even the game they lost to Buffalo, they started off, they got punched in the mouth. They kept fighting till the clock hit 0. That's something that you should not take lightly. Because if they're looking to play football for 60 minutes, or if they believe in themselves enough to where it's like they're never out of a game, I don't know. They already beat Tampa Bay. They got some wins under their belt. Like, they got some names on that. So,
all right, next game on the docket, we got the New Orleans Saints traveling to Denver to play the team that we call the Denver Broncos. The over-under for Vegas is at 36.5, and the Saints are 16.5-point favorites.
Damn.
So basically, we saying Denver ain't gonna score today.
Yeah.
So did y'all cover the Denver situation?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
we had a very stressed KG on the.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to catch it later. All right.
Look, at the end of the day, we just gonna call this what it is right now, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and we're gonna start this and just end it here. I'm picking the Saints simply because the defense by itself should be able to score 14 points today. 14 points is all you need to score to beat this Denver team. If you allow this Denver team to score more than 14 points, you're going to see why they're on where they are on the power rankings by Germ So True. Mo, I'm going to let you go and take care of it from there.
I know fandom is borderline delusion. I am a Broncos fan today. I will never in my life root for a team harder than I'm rooting for the Denver Broncos today. I would love for a quarterback-less team to beat this Saints football team. You have no idea the joy I would feel if Tim Tebow's former team beats Taysom Hill. I will be singing and dancing on the live tomorrow night. Give me the Saints out of logic, out of competition with the two of y'all. But I am rooting hard for the Broncos today.
Big shot.
I'm gonna make what they say. I'm gonna make an OG call. We say on South Central. If the Broncos win today, the Saints are the automatic donkey of the week.
Yes.
We're not even doing a poll.
No.
There are no options. There are no choices. Broncos win today. The Saints get donkey of the week. We're not discussing it. Period.
Thank you, Sir Justice.
Vic.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it simple, bro. Taysom Hill is starting for the Saints, but it should still be good enough for the Saints to win this game.
They're starting. The Saints are starting to tight end, and the Broncos are starting to wide receiver.
Right. So yeah, it's just, again, I'm just hoping for no injuries for the Broncos with this situation, dog, because it's crazy.
Oh, MJ, anything you got on this, bro?
I wish that Jameis Winston could walk over to the Denver locker room and suit up.
Yeah.
I wish we could bend the rules just for this day to just give him the option to do that, because there's no reason why he should be on the sidelines. There's no reason.
The Saints got a better quarterback on the sideline than the other team got between them.
I think he should pull a semi-pro in which the dude went from San Antonio back to the hot tropics. He should pull one of them. Except for he never left. Just go over there, put a jersey on, and
hey,
for real,
Denver ain't gonna say no.
Hey man, Jorge said he want to see Denver win so he can see Mo do the Tootsie Roll. Man, what?
I ain't gonna do no Tootsie Roll. All right? You want to see how I dance? Go watch Stomp the Yard. Okay, that's how I.
Hey, real quick, you know,
What?
Hey, there's video evidence. I swear there's video evidence.
Oh my God!
I swear there's video evidence.
Oh, this is.
Listen, as soon as Mo jumped back on, the views went up double digits.
Oh, whatever.
So he's gonna have to make some changes to his undisclosed locations, whatever he's got going on. You know what I mean? Because the views are up when he's on the camera.
I'm gonna keep my location undisclosed. There's people trying to get me, Vic.
I know. I'm just
the next.
You're gonna have to create more undisclosed locations.
The next game on the docket, we got the Chicago Bears traveling to see the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field. Over under is 44. Green Bay gets 9.5 points. Can we just keep this simple? Trisket, as Tanya is saying, as Tanya would say, is starting. I just want to say one thing and then I'm gonna pass it. Green Bay, this is a you better game. You better beat this team.
Football maturity.
Hey,
Mo, take it away. I don't got nothing to say.
Green Bay, if you remember my biggest issue with them for the last 3 years is whether they can stop the run when it matters most. If this Bears team can run the football on the Green Bay Packers, they dropping the 13 on my list right by Baltimore. Okay.
If was a fifth, they'd be like me last night. Just saying.
I think the bottom line in this game, I think Green Bay has an opportunity to just put their stamp on the division. They've lost some games this year they shouldn't have lost. And this is one of those games where they need to win this game and just close this division out. Don't even give Chicago hope. But Chicago is going to play with some energy today. Mitch, clearly to me, from what I see, and Big Shot, you could probably speak to this. It seems to be that Mitch is the locker room favorite among the players in there. And I think they're going to play a little motivated today. I think they're going to play with a little extra juice. And it would not shock me if Chicago go ahead and what's the points, Germ?
We got 44, and then we have the Packers with 9.5.
Oh yeah, I'm taking the Bears to cover for sure. I'm taking the Bears with the points for sure today. But I'm taking the Packers to win for the purposes of the show.
Mm-hmm. You clean that up nice. Vic, who you got?
Yeah, I mean, the Bears are coming off of a bye week. They had extra time to prepare for the Packers. Packers coming off a loss that, again, they should have probably won. Aaron Rodgers is kind of hot. Last 5 weeks, 16 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. There's some of the throws. Again, it is what it is when it comes to him, but the Packers should be able to win this game. Not only a quarterback issue with the Bears, but like MJ can allude to, the running back situation is not great either. Montgomery has just been okay. He just gets a lot of volume. He should be able to have a decently productive game fantasy-wise, so if you need him to start him. But other than that, the Packers should be able to win this game, especially in Lambeau.
Big Shot?
Yeah, this is, Mitch Trubisky, this is the audition tape for you.
Mm-hmm.
Audition tape, because I think they would like to start Mitch the rest of the year, honestly, despite how flaky and fugazi it looks. I think they want to start Mitch. So, Mitch, this is your audition tape for next year.
Yeah.
But give me the Packers still, comfortably.
MJ, any final thoughts?
Until the Bears can show that they can throw and complete a pass beyond 25 yards, until the Bears can show that they can break a run play for more than 7 yards. I don't want to hear anything about what they can do. I don't want to hear about who they playing. I don't want to hear anything about them because guess what? Offensively, they're pretty much just like Spirit Airlines.
Yeah.
Offensively.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I dare somebody to prove me wrong.
Ain't gonna be me.
I ain't got the time or
Hey,
the
listen,
apparatus or
real
the
quick.
or the want to.
Before you move on, Germ, this is a Sunday night football game, right?
Yes.
Chris Collinsworth and Al Michaels are not calling the game tonight. Tony Dungy and Mike Tirico will be on the call for this game tonight. It's part of the NBC not wanting Al Michaels to travel so much during the pandemic. So that's your broadcasting update. Mike Tirico and Tony Dungy tonight. Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth Tuesday night football as well. Go ahead, Jeremy.
And our last game of the docket, we have the main event of the day. Mo, you can go ahead and sit up. You got your coffee ready?
Rotel special.
Here we get to it.
Now we have the Kansas City. I'm going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. Bop, bop. Okay, sorry.
This ain't the Rotel special. This is the dry rub special.
Yeah.
This is the dry rub special. Right
You
here.
just promoted somebody in my local area to get some chicken wing money right there. See the power of positivity. The over under for this game is 56. Kansas City is 3.5-point favorites. So I may take Tampa Bay just because of that. Because I don't think it's going to be 3.5-point difference. Marpet is back. Shipley is out. James Dean is out. And the other tight end, Hudson, is out. Kansas City is fairly healthy to be involved in this matchup today. They don't have any key injuries. Mo, this is what. Take it away, man. Go ahead.
Did you say Ali is back? You say Ali Marpet is back?
Yes.
Okay. Well, guess what? That Brady is a bad man. All right. And he's about to shake up the world tonight. The disrespect that has been coming down on my quarterback over the last 6 days is horrendous. It is unacceptable. And it is quite frankly infuriating. All right. If the Buccaneers cannot win this game, I am officially out on Tampa Bay for the rest of the year. This is a game they gotta win. I know it's Pat Mahomes. I know it's the Chiefs. I know it's the Super Bowl champions. But this is a game where they gotta win. It's been what now, a month since AB's been there? Chris Godwin's been playing every week. Mike Evans has been there every week. There is no reason why this fantastically talented football team cannot figure it out. They gotta figure it out. And it's gotta start today. You know, we talk about you better. Believe it or not, this is one of those you better games for Tampa Bay, because if they can't beat KC, well, that means they have lost, with the exception of Green Bay, to every team that they'll need to beat when it comes time to January. And that's just not good football. That's just not the results of a championship football team who's aspiring to be a championship football team, rather. I think there's a lot of things for this offense, Tampa Bay is, that they can take advantage of defensively against Kansas City. And I think if you give Tom Brady time, and this defense for KC, they haven't necessarily been applying pressure the last few weeks. There should be enough time, especially with Marpet back. Marpet is that's the, you know, that seal for your boats and whatnot, or your trucks. That's that seal to the whole offensive line. When it's leaking, when there's holes everywhere, when there's water just going through it, just seal it with a little Ali Marpet. I don't know why you got T.O. in there, because I'm not crying about my quarterback, because my quarterback delivers. All right? My quarterback delivers.
Vic looked like he had a hologram. Don't do that. Take that off there.
As far as KC offense versus Tampa Bay defense, Look, man, this is one of those games, Todd, where those blitzes, they need to be strategic rather than chaotic. Strategic rather than chaotic. Blitz them on third down, blitz them on if you get a 1st and 10 and they get a false start and it's 1st and 15, don't just send an all-out blitz, because guess what? Patrick Mahomes is just looking for a little stab route to get him to 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7, whatever it is. Those blitzes have got to be strategic today. Like I said, Tampa, they need to win this game. And I know KG and Big Shot probably expected me to take KC because of my big game philosophy, whatever. Bump that today, all right? I need Tampa to go out there and execute. Give me Tampa 41-38. Tampa.
Vic.
Listen, there's a lot to cover. We don't have a lot of time. Hopefully soon we'll get some film studies done. Tom Brady's having a great season. As bad as it seems to look, he's still having a great season. So
good. It's a good season. I ain't gonna say the GOAT is having a great season when it ain't been all that great.
As it pertains to the whole team, he's still the best player on the offense right now.
For sure.
And so listen, both defenses have been playing not so good. The Buccaneers, who blitz a lot, they have a blitzing background when it comes to Todd Bowles and his defensive philosophy. They have been getting killed on that on some of those blitzing packages. So Pat Mahomes, again, he's outstanding when it comes to the blitz. He can beat you in the pocket and he can beat you out of the pocket. But I would not be shocked that Tampa Bay, Brady and that offense comes back and after losses, they have been very, very good. So I expect a really good game. I hope the Bucs win, but I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I think that they end up ultimately winning this game.
Big Shot.
Simple. I'm going to assume Bruce Arians has not changed his play calling in the last 6 days. I went to the lab. Kansas City only has 13 sacks as a team this year. The Bucs have struggled protecting the passer. Which one of those gives?
Yes.
I want to see can Tampa Bay's pass blocking hold up against a team in Kansas City who has not been great rushing the passer. That's what I'm looking for today. Because I'm assuming Bruce Arians, stubborn as he is, ain't changed the plays recently. So we're going to see if Tampa Bay can protect with all these vertical routes that they've been running for all season. That's my key. My pick, give me Kansas City in a close one. Tampa Bay will look much better this week. But I think that 15 dude just finds something. He can find a way and to pull it out the bag. But a better Tampa Bay performance, Kansas City in a close one.
Yeah. MJ.
I got Kansas City and Tom Brady shakes Pat Mahomes' hand at the end.
Oh, no doubt. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. No doubt. No matter what happens, he's going to shake Patrick Mahomes' hand. You know why? Because Pat ain't Nick Foles. As a matter of fact, Nick Foles ain't Pat. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm still torn with this, man. I'm going to pick. Man, this is tough for me, man. Because in my heart, I want one team to win, but in the other part of me, give me Kansas City, man.
Yeah.
42-36, Kansas City.
Now, I would love to see the remaining schedule of the Bucs because I think they can rip off a nice run after this Kansas City game and still make the playoffs.
Yeah,
so.
they got the Falcons twice and some other bums and then like half a bum, and so they'll be all right.
Okay. So
I mean, that's why these two games, LA and KC, it's gonna tell us a lot about who they are. I think you saw against LA, they got a lot to fix. What we got to see against KC is that they're capable of fixing it because they're gonna have to score points today. 24 points is not gonna cut it today. That is for sure. Shout out to everybody in the comments, man. Ty is in there, Jorge's in there, Tanya's in there as usual. Same with April. Shout out to the two ladies. Tanya said that I brought out the whole dictionary. Hey, I'll bring it all out when it comes to certain things. And then she said that if the Buccaneers lose, more importantly, she wants a public apology from me for the blasphemy that she caused by putting the Buccaneers at 10. I accept your bet, Tanya, but if the Buccaneers win, I'll let you know what happens. I'm gonna think of something. So I'm accepting your bet, but I got a counter bet for you, young lady. Go ahead, Jerem. I'm sorry.
Look, I ain't got nothing much else to add with this. Fellas, is there any final thoughts as we get ready to jump right into the games here in the next couple of minutes?
Hey, man, just enjoy these games. And remember, tomorrow night, Monday night shows end up being our best shows of the week. So make sure you're there.
Absolutely. MJ, any final thoughts?
Man, just say no to alcohol.
And move accordingly.
Big shot.
You know, the theme of the day, football maturity.
I was gonna say that.
That's the thing.
I mean,
you've heard us, there's about 6 matchups where people who think they are contenders need to handle business today.
Yes.
We can see if they're going to do it. Football
100%.
maturity is the theme of the day.
100%.
All right, and Vic?
Yeah, no, maturity and bounce back week, man. Let's see, bounce back week for the Bucks. That's what I want to see. So, 2-2.
All I'm gonna say is, man, it has been a great show today. We had to make some last second adjustments, but of course we put things together. Shouts out to the crew, man. Y'all don't understand how this all came together this morning. Briefly, we all came together this morning and put this show together on a run. So I want y'all to understand, we clearly and we truly do have the best crew in all of sports and entertainment. We did this one for the culture. This is a culture win.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, I am Germ So True. That is Mo Schefter. That is MJ. That is Doug Williams himself, aka Mr. Big Shot Ron, and that is Victor, the Scout Extraordinaire Santana. We will be back at you tomorrow, of course, with the views from the 22 Monday night show. And without further ado, 2-2. Y'all enjoy the games.